the only trade deadline trade that the Jets made, which was sending Jacob Martin to the Denver Broncos, replacing Bradley Chubb, who's now in Miami. God rest Zach Wilson's soul. Sending a 2024 fifth round pick and Jacob Martin to recoup a 2024 fourth round pick. So solid value in getting to move up an entire round with Jacob Martin, a player that you clearly didn't have room for anymore. And you have other guys you want to get on the field. And I think that's the point to make. Like we were talking about off air before this is now Bryce Huff's role. He's now going to be in this game plan and in this rotation a lot more heavily. And it's a damn good thing because he's quite literally one of the best edge rushers in the league.
Yeah, it's not really surprising either, because if we looked at last year before his injury, he was in the same spot. When it comes to win percentage, he was near the top. I think it was top 5 last year. Well, this year he's tied for first with Myles Garrett. So that's amazing company. He is winning and at an alarming rate. I think you said before the show is like 54% against New England.
Against the Patriots, 54% win rate, which is the highest wild by any defensive end or pass rusher in a game this season.
Yes.
In the NFL.
In the NFL. My God. He is a dynamo out there. As an undrafted free agent, I mean, going back to Memphis, it was very obvious looking at his burst, how special he can be on the edge, especially on outside moves. It's fun to see. And Martin was kind of just taking plays away from him, taking him off the field. So the fact, if we can get him on the field, even for just a little bit more, I think it can only help us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's making impact plays. He, on the first interception, the should have been 2 interceptions by Michael Carter II, but on the first one that did count, only counted because Mac Jones got his arm knocked as the ball was in the air, and Bryce Huff was there getting the pressure. I think they had a forced fumble in the game as well, where they were able to get to Mac Jones and get the ball with Bryce Huff getting the sack fumble. I mean, this was a devastatingly good game for him. And like you said, we called it last year. Against week 4 against Tennessee, I said, call me crazy. He looks like Dwight Freeney. And when he's healthy, that's what he looks like. It's the same body type. It's the same speed. It's the same bend. It's the same ability to be inches off the ground and have your legs kicked out to the side of you like a Formula One motorcycle racer rounding a corner and still be able to reach and get pressure on the quarterback and get home. That is a rare talent in the NFL. I cannot wait to see Bryce Huff play more. And on top of that, this opens the door for our main man, the mascot of the Oklahoma Drill podcast at this point, Jermaine Johnson, who's off the injury report officially, looking to be fully healthy, probably could have played last week against New England, but now he's back and there's more snaps to be had for him. And I think he's only going to improve with more playing time as well. I can't wait to see what these guys do.
There's still so many guys in that group. We didn't even mention Curry. It's amazing like how much talent we have on that defensive line. Franklin Myers, who I think is also up there in win percentage. I think he's rocking a 19 point something. And I love the Lawson, him on the inside with Q, and then you have Huff as the other bookend. I think that group is probably our Group A pass rushing group.
Yeah, I think so. I think Huff has escalated his way into that caliber. And I think that part of why you move Jacob Martin is, one, you don't need him anymore because Bryce Huff can do all the stuff that he was going to do. And 2, you're upping the snaps of everyone else around them, and you can get a little more flexible with your packages, and you don't have to worry about getting Martin his snaps. And I think it's going to be devastating to see what their true third and long packages can look like, because I think you're going to have some combination of Carl, Jermaine, and Huff off the edges, and some combination of Quinnen, JFM, Rankins, maybe Michael Clemens as well on the interior. And who do you block at that point?
It's very hard. I don't know who. Just looking at the pass rush snaps for both Martin and Huff, They both split 13 pass rush snaps. So if those 13 go to Huff, I can only see good things happening.
Yeah. One more stat on Bryce Huff, comparing him to the freak of nature that is Myles Garrett. For next gen stats, he is the fastest get off in the league this season. He gets off an average get off to cross the line of scrimmage at 0.65 seconds for every player with at least 50 pass rushes. Myles Garrett is next. It's 0.7, and the average for edge rushers is 0.89.
Wow. Like I said, impressive.
24 tenths of a second above the average time. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in terms of get off, that is a huge amount. That is ridiculous that he is winning so quick. I think he's going to have a monster game this week.
I hope he's up to the task in tackling Allen, though. That's the hard part.
That is the hard part.
Winning seems to be very easy for him. Now the hard part is bringing the guy down that doesn't want to go down and is very hard to bring down. All the power to him, but it's going to be a tough task.